Good evening. Hi. Been a minute. It has been a minute indeed. I hope we're doing alright tonight. Let me get the tunes on. What do we want? What do we want indeed? Let's go for chip. Won't be in the VOD anyway. Right. Give that a minute. Have a wee swig. Hmm. I have once again fucked with the audio. No idea how this will sound later, but we'll find out. Good music. I mean, I do have a couple of things I want to talk about today. Actually, I say I came prepared. I didn't. Uh, I have a couple of things, mostly just to catch up. What has happened? So, yeah, let's get the tavern music on for this. Actually, uh, copyright, because why not? So today, on my way home from work, you're never gonna believe it, some dickhead nearly ran me over. Yeah, I crossed the lights, as you do. It's a green man, he's there all sitting pretty. Happy days. Halfway along the road, up it changes. Ah, it's fine. You normally get a couple seconds. Nope, this dickhead just went anyway. Um, Needless to say, I was ready to kick his wing mirrors off. I was not happy about nearly getting ran over. It wasn't just me, there was about 5 other people as well he nearly fucking hit over. So, that was the most eventful part of my day, nearly getting ran over by some arsehole taxi driver. Um, Beyond that, this week, it's been alright. Not done too much, really. Mostly just the wind up to Christmas. Hmm. Mostly just the wind up to Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? What should I get people for Christmas? It's a whole fucking affair. Um, I don't know. It's a stressful time. Actually, here's something we can talk about. My family do this very, very funny thing, and I hate it. Is when we're handing out the gifts to each other, we're in the living room. There's all of us. There's about, what is it, one, two, I'm shutting my eyes going a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but 10 of us in the living room, I want to say. Right? Very small, cramped living room as is. And we give it the part. Oh, this is for you. This is for you. This is for you. That's fine. But then we fucking watch everyone unwrap their stuff. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Like, I'm an awkward sod as is. I don't need all eyes on me going, yes. Love the thing I got. Hello, Snippy. I am just telling some stories and talking about Christmas. The Christmas tradition we have in the family is awkwardly stare at each other as we unwrap each other's presents. Is great. If you're not an anxious fucking mess. Yeah. I've realised I'm not sitting evenly in this fucking chair. Hang on. There we are. Introvert during Christmas. I'm always an introvert, Snippy. Don't mistake um me doing this as me being an extrovert. Fuck no. By no stretch of the imagination am I like an extrovert in any fucking way. Sorry, I'm moving my chat. Um, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like it. I've openly said I fucking hate it as well. I don't exactly hide the anxiety I have when it comes to like my family. They're very well aware I suffer from it. It was I should probably tell you, see, it took me a lot longer to realize I have an anxiety problem, and it's kind of embarrassing. Um, I only realized I might have an anxiety problem when I was 18 and I went to do my driving lessons and stuff. I took them a bit later because some people take them when they're like 17 and such. Um, it took me driving and having a panic attack so fucking severe, it rattled something in my head and it went, Gaz, my lad, there might be something fucking no right. So, yeah, that's how I learned I had anxiety because I went to doctors and all that, went through the whole fucking process, the whole rigmarole of it. Yeah. The day I fucking learned that was the day I learned a lot about myself. So, what about you, Snippy? How has your week been? Damn, the anxiety is self-told. It's self-told you. Yeah. To be fair, a lot of stuff like clicked into place. I was like, oh, I'm not just weird. It's actually a problem. So, it's also partly why I didn't actually start this whole thing I'm doing the now, like, sooner. Like, for lack of a better term, the anxiety I had, holy shit, was it bad. It's still bad than now, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot less bad than it was when I was a bit younger. But, actually, I did post this on, Blue Sky, but, my best bit of advice I could give, see if you've got, like, anxiety, right? See if an idea, like, if you want to say something or want to do something, see if it comes into your head, do it within about 3 seconds of thinking about it, because your brain doesn't have enough time to make you anxious about whatever it is you're doing. It's how I've coped anyway, it worked for me, so, I'd suggest people try it. Though it doesn't work for, like, emails or something, might take longer than a few seconds. But, it's a good way to start because 'cause I've at least found that if it's, like, a conversation thing, if I start it within 3 seconds, I can just keep rolling with it over and over, and it doesn't really get me too bad. Of course, when I was younger, my fucking god, it wasn't easy. So act before you overthink it. Yeah, the overthinking's automatic, so you kinda just need to do it before your brain starts doing it, if that makes any sense. Just kinda do it before your brain has a chance to go, "Oh, by the way, here's a little lesson in trickery," just to take the piss out of you. Just go for it, fuck it. Also, eventually, you'll just stop giving a just stop giving a fuck, because, just eventually, you'll just kinda go with it. Like, you can get medication for it. I'm not medicated now, I used to be. I decided just to stop taking it because I didn't want to be on drugs for the rest of my life. I wanted to kinda self-deal with it, but, it started with one that just kinda it didn't stop the anxiety, it stopped the panic attacks, which was fine, but then, they tried to put me on something a bit stronger, antidepressants, for the anxiety. I took one and I was basically curled up in a ball with, like, that gut feeling you get where when something's telling you that was a fucking mistake, whatever you've did, or this is a really bad feeling. I was curled up in a ball with that for 6 hours. So needless to say, I just fucking binned that. I wasn't taking any more. Whatever my body was telling me, I just went, "Nah, chief, not happening." Don't recommend. Um, don't recommend. Not a fun time. Um, I'm trying to think of any other stories we have, or we can get into a couple of things I actually wanted to talk about, because I've got a wee notepad that's just got 2 words as a topic. Um, I think a good example of this is like trying to move a cube and giving up halfway, flipping it, but doing it in a few seconds and doing it over and over, slowly round it in a circle. Yeah, it's pretty much that. It's like, it's something you need to consciously try, because I spent a long time trying because I missed a lot of opportunities, and I've missed a lot of good people have passed me by because of this anxiety. You know? Like, I've missed a lot of people, I've missed a lot of things. Like, hell, I started practicing it better with, managing it by just going into random Discord servers and jumping in VC and talking to strangers. That's how I started. Because I couldn't do it in person, I had to start doing that. And then I just kinda took it from there, but it was a lot of conscious effort on my part, and it certainly took a long time. But either you fight it in a sense, or you let it control you, and I chose not to let it control me. So yeah, anxiety is a weird thing. It fucks with people in kind of different ways. Some people have it, and it's like worse than mine. Fucking hell. But then there's, people that only get a little bit of it, and I'm like, well, you can manage it. It's not going to be like. It's one of those ones where the human brain is a weird thing. It is a weird thing. Like anxiety, it's one of those ones. Like, if you've got it bad, it's fucking debilitating, man. Like it's a lot of people say, oh, you're just feeling a wee bit anxious. Oh no, you poor thing. And I'm like, well, actually, imagine your whole fucking body screaming at you, going, no, no, we won't be doing that. So, whatever. But less about that for a minute. There's actually a topic I want to discuss, and it's maybe a little. It's in the VTubing sense. It's maybe a little. I don't know. It's not really. I'm kind of bigging it up more than it should be. It's talking about idol culture, or like VTuber idolism. Is actually the topic I want to talk about. VTuber idolism. I don't fucking understand it. Like, I get why it's there. I get where it came from, because that's what it is in like Japan and that. I still don't get it. Like, at all. I would feel weird if people idolized me, for example. Like, I don't think I'm worth of idolizing to begin with, but I don't idolize people in general. So it just kind of doesn't compute in my head. Not to mention putting people on pedestals and, thinking they are infallible. That's the word I'm looking for, infallible. Is a bit of a mistake, in my opinion. It's too common in the VTubing sphere anyway, where we put people on pedestals and then evidently they turn out to be a raging cunt, but is neither here nor there, I guess. But it's something I've never understood, for how prevalent it is. It just doesn't make sense. What do you think, Snippy? What do you think VTuber idolism? I'm talking like the idol stuff, like goes on in like Korea and Asia and all of that stuff. Like, that's the kind of idol stuff. Like the corpo VTubers play into a lot. Okay, my closed captions completely mucked up that sentence, but you get the point. It's like, I don't get why, but I get people like to sing and be, good examples. But I don't know. People put people on pedestals, think they know the person, but no one can truly know someone, even yourself. Yes. Like, I think it's a mistake putting people on pedestals. Like, we're all of us are human, right? And we're all cursed with the same thing, as we all have the capability of being tremendous cunts. Just that, right? It's like your Oshi that took me so long to learn what that was, by the way. It's kind of embarrassing. Could be all smiles on here, but could be an absolute cunt behind the scenes. And we've seen that numerous times. You know? It's not like, oh, it's a one or two. Like, I've been in the game a couple years now. Coming up to a couple years now. Fuck me. Jesus. And I've seen like people fucking come and go. Where, they're all smiles and then they're all arseholes behind the scenes. Yeah. Can be an arsehole as a mask and sweet behind it. I don't get that. I don't get that. Like, why be an arsehole in general? Like, at the end of the day, I go with the mantra of just be yourself. That's what this is to me. Like, I drink on stream, I swear. But it's me. I don't like, put on a mask and go, look at me. Hoo hoo hoo, ha ha ha. You know? It's like you get. So later on, a lot of people put on an act. Maybe it's defense measure to keep people away. Potentially, but a lot of people, they put on an act and then they get found out later and it's this whole big thing. At the end of the day, regardless of what you do, people are going to find a reason to hate you, right? So just fucking own it. At the end of the day, be yourself. People will hate you. People probably hate me just for being me. That's fine. I don't care. You can't get cut. You can't sweat the small stuff. If people are going to dislike you, they'll find a reason to dislike you. Just be yourself. You'll attract the people you want to attract. This sounds like I'm giving relationship advice now. I'm talking about a community, but it's pretty much the same thing. Just fucking be yourself. There will always be haters no matter how likable someone is. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I've found any haters. Mori, thank you for the follow. Welcome to talking about shite. We're talking about VTuber idolism right now. Uh, yeah. it's it's strange. It's just the whole idolism, but yeah, there'll always be haters. There's people that hate me, probably. I don't know. Am I big enough to be hated? Yes, the fun of VTuber drama llamas. Yeah, pretty much. I don't get it, man. Like, I don't like when people put on a mask. Like, just I wear myself on my sleeves. People, love me or hate me. I'm gonna be me. I don't let's see the whole drama tuber thing of where they just stare at Twitter and go, "This VTuber said this." I don't give a fuck. Like, it's a lot of it's just petty shit. Don't get me wrong, there are some serious things that happen, and then I'm like, okay, let people that this person's done with some fucking heinous shit. You know, give them the boot. Fair enough. But seeing it's just like stuff that could be dealt with behind closed doors, where it's like, oh, this is just two people disagreeing. I don't care. It's, I suppose anything is content, but this kind of actually leads on, in my opinion, of the whole getting the bag culture, Oh, you get that bag. Some people put like profit over people that way. It's kind of the same with the VTuber drama stuff. Exactly. That's the best way to word it. Anything's content, but not everything needs to be content. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care about, I would see if I had VTuber news, right? I want it to be actual news. This new rigging, like way of doing it optimizes this. An update to this piece of software people use, this event being hosted. That's news. Not Tweedledum and Tweedledee having a petty spat in the fucking corner. That's not news. That's drama. That shit, I don't care. It's not useful. But people eat it up. It's rage bait. Twitter warriors are as shitty as paparazzi. Yeah. Yep. I've near enough abandoned my Twitter, to be fair. I'm on Blue Sky. Much more. But it's like, I can't be bothered reading Twitter. I just get so like, fatigued. Because the way Twitter's set up, it incentivizes being an arsehole. It's a fucking PvP zone. I know Blue Sky's chill. People can have a discussion. It's chill. Everyone's friendly. Everyone's supportive. When I go to fucking Twitter, I'm donning the armor and getting ready for a brawl because everyone else is already in there swinging hands for like no good reason. It's everyone's combative. If they've got a blue check mark, for the most part, they post like rage bait because they get incentivized. Twitter, the Call of Duty of social. Yeah, literally. It's a fucking Xbox 360 lobby on the old COD where it's just screaming. Twitter's become a whole negativity even before Elon. Yeah, no, I'd agree. Before Elon, before Elon, right? You could at least filter it, right? To an extent. You could manage. I was on it a little bit before he joined. It was manageable. And also my reach was considerably better before he took over. As soon as he took over and made changes, by the way, my reach on there fucking plummeted. Like, a significant amount. That was when I had 50 followers on Twitter. I was getting 200 impressions a tweet, right? I don't even get that when when I had like 330. I don't even get 50 impressions. It's like small accounts are just fucking banished unless we pay to get fucked in the arse. Like, pay for blue. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not paying him. At least on Blue Sky, that's why like I've said it last time we had a Just Chatting stream. I like Blue Sky because I have reach. I've met so many more people. I have seen many more people I would have never have seen otherwise because they're all as small as me and we're all banished to the fucking Shadow Realm. So many more friendly people, so many more content, and no arguments. I had Blue for a bit, but only because of the live stream function. Nobody watched. I could tell I ditched it. That's fair. Like, see if you got it purely to be able to multi-stream, fair dues, I respect it. Like with Blue Sky, if you just want to look at pets, you'll only get pets. Yes. Yep. You can customize your feed to hell. I have the cat feed. I've got I get cats in my feed all the time. It's great. Cats, dogs, whatever. It's great. Along with VTubers, art, and memes. It's fucking perfect. It's not fatiguing. And then also just I'm in a lot of block lists. Like I subscribe to a bunch of block lists. I go, right, I don't want to see you, don't want to see you, don't want to see you. All the fucking trolls, get them in the bin. Um don't get me wrong, there are sometimes the block lists aren't quite up to date, so I do have my own block list going. I do call it the boot list. It's mostly just like a personal thing, but people are free to fucking subscribe to it if they want. It's just for people I think deserve to be blocked, or it's for bots and arseholes that the other block lists I'm on miss. But again, that's just kind of a personal list. But that's the other thing as well. Like with Blue Sky, People that come on there just to chat shit, like what libs of fucking TikTok or whatever, get banned within like a minute of posting instantly. I never even seen their post. They were already on a fucking block list for me. It was great. I do love that folks came over just to troll and are mad because they have been banned. Yeah, literally. It's one of those ones where it's like, well, you've came here, you've broke the rules, and you've got the boot. They got used to breaking the rules elsewhere, and they didn't get any punishment. So I don't fucking know. End of the day, it's like you don't give them any oxygen, and then they don't, you don't respond to them. You just report and block, and that's it. What's this? What was it? They didn't want people, they wanted the place themselves, and are mad when people leave. No, he abandoned the project. He left a while ago. He left before it got popular. He used to be though. He was the initial starter of it. Jack Dorsey was it? Was it? Fuck knows. Whoever it was, he's not a part of it now anyway. It's entirely else. It's entirely different people that actually have made a commitment to not be arseholes. And so far they're holding up to it, so I'm happy for now. And again, they're making changes as is, like forgivable ones. I just hope it keeps. Oh, well, I think they will. For the foreseeable future anyway. Like all good things, it will end eventually, right? Oh, I'll allow that, Snippy, don't worry, it's just arseholes. Blue Sky slogan's a place for non-arseholes. Yeah, literally. There we are, there's my one auto mod acting up per stream, the classic, the usual. I'd actually pay for Blue Sky if it keeps close to what it is now and I can accept some change. I don't mind change as in, like, improvements. They did actually fix I did actually have to submit a bug report a few weeks back and the issues I had were fixed, thankfully. Um, I would like that if you subscribe to a list and the list gets deleted or the user gets removed, you can unsubscribe to that list so it doesn't end up a bit fucky. I do think it needs some optimization. Yeah, no, I think a few things need to be tweaked. Some of the UI elements, maybe make it like easier to find starter packs, and like block lists have like a thing of popular block lists among Blue Sky users, and people can subscribe as needed and shit like that. I think that would be nice for like a UI element. You'll just make it just correlate that into one bit. That would be nice. Because for like somebody who doesn't really know how to use Blue Sky, little things like that would be, you know. I'd love to see some of those bad rep lists some folks have just be put with. Yeah. Oh no, I've been on a few of them as well. I got hit with. I got hit with 4 of them. I was like, that's a fucking yikes. Hopefully this will be the Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Fuck that. It's such a stupid name, X. Hopefully. Like, it's big enough that a lot of corporations are moving to, Blue Sky and that, which is the one thing like Mastodon and all that didn't have. Companies didn't move there. But they're moving to Blue Sky and celebrities and all of that, and you know what people are like. Where the big fish swim, the small fish will follow. Really, what it will take is just bigger VTubers actually taking to it, at least in terms of the VTubing space, because a lot of them they just post, here, look at my video. Oh, I'm going live. And they don't interact with anyone on there. They're just doing it to post somewhere else. I would like to see people post more on Blue Sky and just fuck Twitter off entirely, personally. With companies and celebrities joining Blue Sky adds solid foundation, yeah. It gives more credibility to the site as a whole. And it's just grown beyond hergader fuck Elon place. It's actually becoming a place that's worthy of using. Like hell, again, I nearly lost motivation to post anything on Twitter before Blue Sky took off because nobody was seeing my stuff at all. Funny clips, no follows, was getting fuck all. And then Blue Sky took off. People seeing my stuff made me realize, hey, maybe I am a little bit funny sometimes. Yeah, it was great. I really enjoy actually talking. Yeah, no, same. I like talking to people. That's why I do this. It's why I wanted to do a just chatting stream. Like, I only get to stream 2 times a week. Talking's the thing I like doing the most, right? I like playing games for people. I like doing that. But to be honest with you, see if I could do just chatting and like that be like a successful thing, I would in a heartbeat. Just talk and chat the shit, play a few games here and there, but mostly just chat shit with people that come in. I would love that in terms of streaming, but I'm a little bit small to get away with that right now, which is a bit of a fucking shame. Blue Sky is a clear fresh app. Its name is implied. It's a clean blue sky. Yep, not X, which sounds like, you know, the fucking old cartoon poisons, like Tom and Jerry, which is XXX all over the fucking bottle. I'm currently only on once a week. That's probably low, but I'm small. Yeah, no, I'm twice a week. I get it. It's a fucking struggle. It is such a fucking struggle when you're only able to do it once a week. Like, even twice a week, it's not ideal. Not to mention, a Friday night and a Saturday night, the 2 busiest times of the bloody week. It's not ideal. I can't post clips really as frequent as I need. I don't find myself funny. Like, I like shit that I would watch, and I like it to be funny. It's hard to do during games, because I'm normally just focused on doing shit. Because I mostly do Elden Ring. I can't, you know, add too much humor in the Elden Ring. I'm trying to stay on Wednesdays and keep Saturdays, Sundays for like bonus time. And that's fair. Well, it's just because I start stream at like 11:30 at night and I go until about 3 in the morning. I basically stream US times just because that's the only time I get peace and quiet. So it does suck a little bit that way. But, what can you do? um, I don't know. I would like to do this more. I just don't get the time. But I would like to do more just chatting stuff. You know, be able to bring a bunch of people in, chat the shit, have a laugh. You know, more stuff like that because I'm going to be honest with you, I can clip more shit doing just chatting, I find anyway. Like, the problem is with games, at least the games I play, I can get a couple clips, but that's not enough to fill out a week clip-wise and streams and such. It's given where I am, your late night is my mid-afternoon, day drinking. I mean, that's fair. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? Or what do you drink even? Because I'm a rum man myself, though I do like a bit of vodka. And there's this one cider I drink. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that cider is like fucking rocket fuel. It goes right to my head. Um, if you look at some of the clips I've posted on Blue Sky, like the SCP ones I done, they're with me drinking that cider, and you can tell with just how fucking much of a giggly bitch I am. Right now, it's tea, but I do vary. My favorite is pomegranate ale. Ooh, nice. I will say that I do have there's a very funny meme that the chat have. found, and it's not really a meme if it's true, is I play games better when I drink alcohol. Like, for whatever fucking reason, I just play games better. And it's been proven time and time again when I play like Elden Ring, Lies of P, and a bunch of other games. I just end up locking in more when I drink, which doesn't make any sense because it's meant to make you worse capped in alcohol. It's not a good thing to be known for, Snippy. It's like, oh, what's the thing your community knows from that you're actually good at games when you drink booze? Like fucking yikes. But be fair, it's the 2 days a week I stream. It's a Friday and Saturday night. I feel like having a wee drink. Only a wee one. I don't overdrink though, and I only drink those 2 days. But yeah, it's strange. I don't know how I play better by drinking because realistically, it should actually just make you worse. Especially with the strength of the stuff. That cider I drink's 8.5%. Like it sends you to the fucking moon. Like straight to the fucking moon. I mean, I have to try a drinking stream while I play Baldur's Gate 3 or Elder Scrolls Online. Maybe my commentary better. Well, see if you drink. I find drink just, well, it relaxes me, but I do talk more when I drink. Obviously, do it in moderation. Don't just fucking go, drink that was not the right sound. Don't just drink constantly, but I will say, obviously, remember to have the drugs, intoxication, and excessive tobacco use of content classification turned on because I just have that turned on every stream. My tolerance is too low to drink much. That's fair. That's fair. It's a wind down, you stream at night. It's a wee fucking wind down, a wee sip. Yeah, you're cooking. Instead of, screaming from high heaven. Though I do enjoy I do enjoy drinking on stream because for me this is my wind down. This is my it's the end of the week. A wee weekly catch up. We play a game here and there. Gotta love it. Got to love it. So I was just reading something there. But actually, here's one I want to talk about. If any of yous, just while I quickly jump top what's on the mind, the NZXT PC subscription thing. NZXT PC subscriptions. Have yous heard about that in the news recently? I believe it was Gamer Nexus and me recently talked about it, and I'd actually been looking into it a little bit because holy shit, that stuff is predatory. Like holy fuck. Like you end up looking in there. It's like, okay, you rent a machine. You don't own it. It's not like you pay a few hundred, a few bob a month to pay off the machine. No, 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 no. You actually just are fucking renting it, and by the time you bring it back, if anything on your hard drive is still, or their hard drive is still there, they can do with it as they fucking please, according to the wee terms of service contract. So that was something I was actually listening to before stream, and I was like, "Fuck me, that's like how I don't know how that's allowed. I'm surprised it's allowed." But then the other thing I actually found out as well was the amount of influencers they got to actually try to peddle that shit, and I'm like, "Wow." You remember that was so wild. I like the idea of a PC lease, but not one that. Yeah, no, it's the other thing is what see. the amount of like, fucking no-name TikTok content creators they got to peddle that shit, by the way, is what baffled my mind. And it is actually just it's targeted at fucking kids the way it's edited. It's actual fucking brain rot content. You know, not here to badmouth other content creators, but it's like, did you know if you pay this amount, you can own this? Ah, screaming face, fucking stupid yellow font. Like, it's you know the fake the influencer voice, you know, where it's like the fake enthusiasm, where it's for this amount of money per month, you can own this, no strings attached. For this gaming house, we, you know, this is player one and player two. Clickiest baity, literally, yeah. I fucking loathe that content. I hate it. Loathe. Come on, come on. No, closed captions only hear load. Brilliant. No, but I absolutely hate that content. Genuinely, it is. I've got a lot to say about content, actually. Like, I hate short form content. I hate that it works. Like, don't get me wrong, it's convenient, but I hate that. See the whole, like, just lack of, like, fucking ADHD attention span editing bullshit because people can't sit through a video that's more than 60 seconds without, you know, it having flashing lights and moving stuff and fucking Subway surfers. I hate it. I hate it, man. And then you've got just normal videos on YouTube that is just purely edited in a way to hold your attention. It's different from when I grew up and was watching YouTube. Don't get me wrong, it had its fucking problems back then that I hated, but you know, I wish it was just not how it is today. Instead of it being people posting shit for fun, it is people posting deliberately to try and keep your attention. You know, they've optimized the fun out of it. It's like, okay, I need to have this specific plan. I need to do this many jump cuts. It has to be this amount of editing. We have to tell a fucking story, you know, with a start. You know, in today's challenge, I'm going to be trying this. Like, well, it's not really that. It's more just it's more, what's the word? I try to beat Pokemon only using grass type Pokemon. So today we're going to be doing, you know, it's like, you know, story fucking type where it's got your high point in the middle and then the climax at the end and all that. And you're like, just play the fucking game, my guy. Like, you don't need to give this jumped up lip service. Just play the game and have fun. Give me highlights, sure, but I tried beating Pokemon with only using the phallic looking Pokemon. Yeah, it's just shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong, there's more extreme cases than others. It's like saying, like, oh, Elden Ring with only colossal weapons. That's just a weapon category. That's not really anything mental. Like, challenge runs are fine as well, but I mean, like, oh, my model's kind of shitting itself. But I mean, just like, just stuff. You know what I like? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'll just say the Mr. fucking Beast edits, right? The Mr. Beast editing that everyone's copying. Sometimes it's nice to just have 1 hour of running through the terminal countryside on an evil deer. Yeah. But it's the thing of like the Mr. Beast style editing I absolutely hate. Because everyone's seen him blow up and have literally just copy paste, especially these stupid fucking thumbnails. I hate them. I've never liked it. Like, Nuzlocke is not only for Pokemon Nuzlocke. Elden Ring, if you die with a weapon, you can't use it. Yeah, there's plenty of shit you can do. But it's more the how it's executed I have a problem. It's so clickbaity, I fucking hate it. You know? It's so overhyped to make people watch and edited in a way. to keep people hooked. I get cutting out all the boring shit, like Elden Ring. A lot of walking and a lot of, random nonsense. But for other stuff where it's just pure clickbait, no, I don't like it. Give me something genuine. Because you can tell, for at least my opinion, a mile away when somebody's being fake with their, like, love of something. Like, people that play, like, the overreactions to dying in Elden Ring, that's probably my favorite. You get all these streamers that, Elden Ring, when Elden Ring first came out, even the DLC, they play the game and they're screaming their head off from dying to a boss, and I'm like, my guy, it's a fucking game. I get loud is funny and raging is clippable. But put the controller down, my guy, if you're that angry, dying. Like Stoneface all the way and over and yeah, literally. Like that's probably one of my biggest criticisms, to be honest with you, is like we know you're putting it on because it's funny and clippable. Just scream your head off dying to fucking Consort Radan. Or like Melania when she was kicking people's arse for hours on end. I can get you're gonna be annoyed, but there are some people that just scream their head off for no fucking reason apart from it's funny and it's clippable content. Like some streams based their platform over, yeah, yeah, like I don't know. I don't mind I don't mind like getting angry at games. Like I get annoyed at games as well. That's fine, but I mean when you're deliberately putting it on, eh, just eh, I don't like it. But that could just be me. I don't know what either of yous think, but that could just be me. It just feels disingenuous. Let me scream my head off at the top of my lungs because this boss done me in, or I just sit and play the game. Maybe the reason I don't do it is because it's the middle of the fucking night and I would get my head smashed if I'd screamed that loud. But I just don't have it in me to get that annoyed at a game. A bit of positive gaming news. Gearbox had a fan who might not be able to see Borderlands 4 release in their lifetime and test play it. Ah, nice. Now, this is the third time they did this type of thing. I remember them doing it for Borderlands 2 and 3, but I didn't know they actually done it for 4 as well. No, fucking that's good. Obviously, it's not good that, the fans, might not make it, but it's good that they're actually letting the guy, or lassie, I don't know who, let them see it. At least experience it a little bit. That's good of them. I like a nice balance, enthusiasm without bashing everything in. Yeah, I give a fair grace to a genuine jump scare. Yeah, no, see if it's an actual jump scare. See if it's like a horror game and someday jump scares, fair dues. That's a genuine scream of horror. Because, I don't play horror games. I'm a shite bag. I jump very easily. Like, it's quite widely known, at least to the people that have seen my stuff, I jump very easily at horror stuff, or just jump scares in general. But I can say, they're real. They've always been real. But there are some people that do... What's the word I'm looking for? Put it on a little bit. Aye, they'll get jumped, but then they'll just scream louder, Like with Macbeth needing emergency cat picks after a scare. Did they? But I don't play horror games because I'm a shite bag. Like, with like SCP, right? I the first stream I played, we played that twice last in Halloween. We played that twice. The first time we played, I was sober. I didn't drink at all. I was so quiet because I was actually that fucking like scared. I even just that game, SCP, like, Secret Lab, not really a horror thing, really. We are getting hunted by what monsters and shit. I go quiet when I'm by myself because I'm shitting myself. But when I'm drinking, I'm fine. I'm able to talk. That's because the alcohol's helping me. I would never play a horror game sober. But I would never play a horror game in general. Like, you couldn't pay me enough to do, like, it's more funny than scary. Yeah, but I still get fucked by it. That's the thing. SCP just fucks with me if I'm by myself. It's more the fear of being hunted. You know, I get plenty of nightmares where I'm hunted in my fucking sleep. I hate it. But I don't know. SCP just. If you're in a group, I don't care. Like, you've seen. There was that one clip I had where I sped it up and put it in Night of Fire or Deja Vu. It was one of the two. And it was me separated from the group. I basically played in silence. And I just sped ran my way through the facility. I nuked the facility before anyone anyone else got their card. I tried playing the Dead Space remake and I got through an hour and then put it down and never touched it again. I wouldn't play Dead Space because I'm a shite bag. Straight up, I do not like horror. It's like, I know people put like a funny thing. Oh, if I get to 1,000 followers, I will do X. If I got to 1,000,000 followers, I might play Alien Isolation. If I got to 1,000,000, I might. That's never gonna fucking happen. I'm never getting to 1,000,000 followers. 1,000,000 subscribers. 1,000,000 subscribers. No, 1,000,000 followers is at least doable, right? 1,000,000 subs, no. I need to at least make it something actually tangible. You know, because that's like saying, the day I walk on Mars is the day I play Alien Isolation. You know, it's like, no, it is achievable technically. Is it really achievable though? No, it's not. Resident Evil 8 is not as scary, and I really like that one. I wouldn't even play Resident Evil, to be honest with you. Resident Evil 8, fuck that. I don't like shit where I'm hunted. I like being the hunter, not the hunted. Slim chance, but never zero. I'm a pessimist at heart, right? And I've always had the philosophy of, like, think about how many people do content creation. A lot of people, right? Think of how many VTubers there are, right? Yous only see the people. I say use me as well. Well, not so much with like Blue Sky actually showing people now, but we only see people at the top, really, right? And a lot of people only care about the people at the top, and very few people get even fucking remotely close to that. Most of us, myself included, are at the base of that fucking mountain, and most of us will never climb it. Because statistically, that's just what happens. And it fucking sucks. There's so many talented people I've met, and they deserve a lot more than what they're currently at right now, in my opinion. So many talented people I've met, and they just get fucked by algorithms, or just they don't get lucky enough that one of their clips hits off and they get a big influx and they take off. You know? So, I think most of us are destined to be no-names, myself included. Like, if I ever get to the point where I'm fucking giant, send me this clip and tell me I told you so. And I'll swallow my fucking, I'll swallow my pride on that. But I don't see it happening. I don't know if I would handle big. I had a significant raid this week and I stumbled all over. Well, that's part of the fun is panicking. It's part of the fun. Like, I don't get, but I say big raid. I do, I get a few raids here and there by some of the other dwarf of VTubers and other people I've met along the way. Love them to bits. I don't panic really now. I don't even look at viewer count. To be honest with you, I don't bother looking. Like, I just look, oh, I got raided. Brilliant. I don't look at the viewer count. I don't let it get in my fucking head. Because I will mess it up. I will panic. You only play, you're not really previously, but Hunter against our Hunter. True. Nah, I'll give it a miss. I still don't. I've seen gameplay of it. I'm like, nah, it's not for me. I'd still be shitting myself. Like, Chief has been breaking his viewer record to 68 viewers. He fucking deserves it. He deserves more than that as well. But Macbeth also has over 10 times the following that I do. He's been in the game for a while. He deserves it. He deserves it. I've only been doing this not even 2 years. Though, I will admit, a little disheartening when I see people immediately jump in. They've been at it a couple months and they're already further than I, like quadruple what I've done in the span of nearly 2 years. They've been able to do in the span of 2 months. I won't lie. I'm happy for them, but fuck me, it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit. But I'm happy for them. Well, fair enough, you took off. You beat the odds. Now let's just see if they maintain it. There's a lot of people that do take off, don't last. They end up fucking it one way or another. I think that actually comes to the point. I think you can be. I need to watch how I word this for it to make sense. It's not jealousy or envy in the sense of it being negative. It's going to be like, I fucking wish I took off like this. I wish my shit exploded overnight. I wish it like this person has happened to this person. I wish that happened to me. I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. But fuck me, I wish it was me. That's kind of where I'm at. There's not really any negativity. It's just like, fuck me, I wouldn't mind. It would have been nice. That's just because I want, I like improving this shit. I like doing it. So if people, people watch it, it shows that it's actually worth doing. I would still do it if nobody watched. But it's never about the numbers, but it always kind of is. You like seeing number go up occasionally instead of being stuck in a rut for, just forever. But yeah, that could just be me. I'm happy at the pace I'm growing. It's slow and steady. I know basically everyone who comes into my chat. I speak to everyone who comes into my chat. I know my regulars, even the ones who don't talk, because I know who checks it out. I do occasionally have a wee look at the users in chat. And I go, oh, they're here again. I won't name drop them. But I know you're there. I'm always watching. Always watching. Yeah. End of the day, I suppose really a lot of this is what you make of it. You could. What's the word I'm looking for? You could be annoyed at your lack of growth, but then you could also, just go with it and see what happens. But I do prefer smaller streamers because they can actually have a conversation with chat on like a sea of emotes. I feel like I'd get annoyed if it was just a sea of emotes. Like, I like the conversation part. Like, I can read fast, I can handle multiple conversations, but I do like the I like the not the intimacy of it, that's not the word I want to use, but I like the fact this is just it's a chat, it's people, it's actually people, I can read it, I can think, I can respond. It's not going by fast enough to cut fucking diamonds, which is what you see in some chats where it's just going by at such velocity. You know, this being able to talk with everyone, share opinions, chat the shit, shoot the crack. Love to see it. No, my brain actually immediately went to D&D and my Pathfinder First Edition character. But finally, after 3 years of playing him, he's now level 20, Mythic 8. He is 811 HP. He is fucking massive. If I can keep it chat, I am too famous, thankfully. Very not there. Yeah, it's one of those ones. Like, I wouldn't know unless I was in that situation how I'd handle it, but I'm a very long way away from that. I am just getting into D&D and I've done RPGs, but just specifically that. Well, this is Pathfinder. It was Pathfinder First Edition with this character, and the stats and the numbers, they just go ballistic. Like they just go, they make no sense. They make no sense at all. But I like Pathfinder as a system. I think it's great. I like fifth edition is simple. I like the modules for fifth edition, like the themed ones. Like there's Final Fantasy themed modules that are based off of fifth edition D&D. There's One Piece, 5e D&D as well. Like the whole rule books and that people have made just because 5e is easy to kind of edit as you need. So I like 5e for that. Is there a cyberpunk D&D? Um, there's a cyberpunk RPG. I don't know if there's one for 5th edition, but there's a cyberpunk RPG I played, or tabletop RPG I played, and that's a D10 system. So you just roll D10s, which actually pretty fun. That I'm in a game of that as well. It's coming to an end. The numbers equivalent to what the game is can get a bit mental as well, though. Especially when you get to the end. Like, my character is like a very dodgy geezer in terms of you get shot at, I roll evasion, you're probably missing me. Pretty fun. Pretty fun system. Especially with it being just cyberpunk, everyone being extremely morally dubious at best. Because it's cyberpunk. It's fucked. Ugh. So that old man is a coin flip to see if I survive or not. Yes. Literally, he's got so much dodge, I think I annoy the DM. Because the DM can volley fire me and there's a very high likelihood I'm dodging all of it. Just because there's not like, if you dodge, you take half damage or whatever. No, it's all or nothing. If you miss, you miss. If you hit, you hit. And it's one of those, it is one of those ones. See, if you weren't dodging, you can die very fucking quickly in that system. Like, it's quite deadly if you don't know what you're doing. Like, the most HP you can have is 50, right? So the most HP you can have is 50. The guns deal double damage on a headshot, and an assault rifle rolls an average, like 20. So you can get near enough one banged just from a headshot of an assault rifle, or about 2 to 3 banged from an assault rifle if it hits you in the body. That's just the gameplay. And you're outnumbered, so you're going to get shot at a lot. Like, that's the one, that's actually the stupid thing about my character as well, Snippy, I forgot to mention. That character, I have refused to use any cyberware. I've got no cyberware installed. I wanted to, I'm in a party of people that are borderline Borg at this point. And I wanted to go, you know what, I don't want to use any cyberware. The cyberware I will use is stuff that I can use and I don't need to install into me. Like, to a degree, there's a couple things I've got just to make sure I don't get absolutely rinsed. But no, I can keep up with the party just fine without using cyberware. So it's pretty balanced if you want to go that direction as well. I've played so many characters though, man. Like D&D, Pathfinder, Cyberpunk, Vampire the Masquerade, I've played that as well. Like, all the systems have got something for you, and it also really depends on the group. But the only reason I'm able to play the amount that I have is because the group of guys I play with, we all play online, mind you, but we've been consistently, like, weekly playing a game of something for the last 6 years? Yeah, 6 years. Just looking at the date there, yeah, it's about 6 years. Just consistently playing, like, D&D or something. Vampire the Masquerade is where I technically started. Most of my experience is World of Darkness related. I dabbled a little in Paladin, and I've never even touched either of them. I liked World of Darkness, it was pretty fun. But I've not really dabbled with the other two. You can see how you can see how I just got to the D's. Yeah, it'd be for World of Darkness is great though, like Vampire Masquerade. Very, very role play heavy. At least with the 5e, at least with the D&D games, we run them a little bit more combat orientated. We do a fair chunk of fighting as we do a fair chunk of talking. But that's just how we've always kind of ran it. We like a bit of fighting. It means the people that actually played more martial characters don't get absolutely fucked. I would actually say, speaking of that, see if you like Final Fantasy or One Piece, there is the 5e conversion modules and that the PDFs are entirely free online. I'd look them up. Pretty good stuff. And be careful of murder hobos. Yeah, we've not really got any murder hobos, really, because we take the piss out of each other if we do that. Like, we do have a couple players that have a habit of doing gunboat diplomacy, and we never let them hear the end of it. Like, we do tell them off, going, like, for fuck's sake. Insert name here, diplomacy at its best. But no, generally we don't. We've got a habit of collecting NPC characters. Actually, probably the best story I have with that is when we played module for D&D 5e. It was Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It's level 5 to level 20 campaign. Now, at the start of the campaign, there's actually a bandit captain you're meant to, like, fight, or you can persuade to, like, help you with something, right? We ended up persuading him to join the party, and we took him with us from the first floor all the way to the end of the game. And he done quite well. He's a CR3 bandit captain, and he survived shockingly long to the point where the DM actually gave him like ASI stuff as well because like realistically he would have leveled up with us because I think we got to like level 17 when the DM was like, no, I need to actually bump the guy's HP up now. The fact he's like staying and he's only just getting one hit now is not really enjoyable for you. So we'll bump his HP up because he would have leveled a little bit. Beating the game with the power of friendship and violence. Yeah, literally, we have a habit of collecting just people. We've always done it, and whatever DM we have running it absolutely hates it because we do it in a way where the characters that join us don't really have a reason to say no. You know, because we bring them along, we give them a fair share of the loot. The party gets bigger and bigger. Yeah, literally. By the end of the Mad Mage's dungeon, we had 5 players and like 4 NPCs with us by the end. Does not sound legal of people collecting. Well, well, you're not wrong. But by the end of it, we nearly had as many NPCs as we did actual players. Just because we'd end up collecting people and they'd all have their own individual reason to continue, and we gave them fair share of the loot. So, it's not like we were just using them like NPCs. No, we treat them like normal players. So they just kept coming with us. Before that campaign was cursed from the start because by the end of it, I was a wizard in that campaign. I was a divination wizard. Pissed my DM off to no hell because divination dice just been able to decide. No, I think you roll a 2, and you're gonna fucking like it. Was very funny to me, but I nearly had as much HP as the barbarian by the end of that campaign because I had full con and I took toughness. And I rolled very fucking well on my HP rolls a lot of the time. And by the end of it, my little, like, 2'10" divination wizard gnome had 250 odd HP or something ridiculous by the end of it. It was incredibly funny when it's like, oh no, the wizard's in melee. It's fine. I can just stand here and be the gnomish traffic cone I was born to be. Sure, I'm shit in melee, but what does it matter? He can't kill me before I kill him. A juggernaut nerd. Yeah, literally, I was built like a brick shithouse. Oh, it was funny to no end. Because the DM would like, try to target the wizard, because as you do. And then it'd be like, if they can hit me, I'm not fragile. And it also actually led into my love to playing just full casters that can do melee. Like I love playing a blade singing wizard. Just because yes, I'm a 9th level caster, I'm a wizard. I have a lot of AC though. And I can handle myself in melee just fine. So I love the fact you get the utility of being a caster, but also it's like, oh no, the wizard is in melee. It's like, oh no, the wizard is in melee. The enemy is fighting a brick wall as a human. Yeah, literally. It's like, what are they going to do about it? They're just going to suffer, and they're not going to kill me before the rest of the party have absolutely bend whoever they're fighting, and then they're going to come and kick circle the guy bothering me. Well, that's like half the time I would just ignore the person fighting me and like buff the party. Or, like debuff the enemy. I'll just ignore them because I'm like, you just don't fucking, you're inconsequential to my existence right now. Which, and I've got a lot, actually, no, here's two a story. Here's another story. There was this is in my Pathfinder character, the one who's now level 20. And we were fighting devils, as you do. And in Pathfinder, the spiked devils are really good at grappling you because their whole point is to kind of just bear hug you and stab you to death with all the spikes they have. And two ways to get out of it is have freedom of movement, can be grappled, or you have grease casted on yourself, right? And basically gives you a very big bonus to escaping grapple checks, as you do. I was getting, I was a frontliner, so the wizard casted grease on me anyway. And one of the devils, just for a laugh, because they couldn't hurt me or whatever, they casted minor illusion on there and just made it look like my character had no clothes on. To try to take the piss as an insult or whatever. There was a spell going on there. I can't remember what it was, but it was to demoralize me or whatever. And I passed the save, and I just said to the DM, I look the devil in the eye and I go, "Well, what's wrong, big man? I'm all lathered up." And it made the devil ran away. It was like, oh, fucking sprint, sprinted away, didn't enter combat, just gave up. Got a good few chuckles at the table from that because it was just out of pocket. I think maybe the DM kind of go, "Oh fuck, yikes." But again, these are people I've known for years, so you can get away with mental weird shit like that, and people aren't going to look at you too funny. Yeah, you outfreaked the demon. Yes, it was funny, right? It was there. It was in the moment. It got freaky with me. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll match it, and then just exceed it entirely. We love to see it. I'm trying. I there's not too many other interesting stories, really. Like, I like building brick walls as characters. I just think it's fun. Like, actually, the what we're doing. Oh, let me readjust my chair. We're doing a One Piece campaign, cause obviously the One Piece 5e module. DM loves One Piece. I enjoy One Piece as well. It's pretty good. And literally the first character or the first subclass or class I gravitate towards, you're never gonna believe it. It's the fucking barbarian, because I have a habit of just building the brick wall of the party. I just like being the big tanky lad who runs. Gaz the Wall sounds like a sick nickname. I just like being the party wall, It's like, okay, this big, what's the most dangerous thing in the room? I run at it. It's like, I might not win that fight, but it needs to spend 4 turns trying to kill me, and everyone else can win their fights and help me before I die. Was pretty much the reasoning behind a lot of it that I had, was I am fairly certain I can at least stall you for 4 turns, and by then, all your pals will be dead and you will get kick circled. So that's kind of been my philosophy when it comes to playing like a barbarian or whatever. If I'm not gonna win, I'm at least gonna bore you to death, so everyone else can, kick kick you to death. I've done that in a few other campaigns where I just seem to build traffic cones as characters. I don't know, it's just my archetype at this point. It just seems to be the thing I'm most comfortable doing, even if I like being. I like being a full caster. The wizard does great, but I hate the fact the wizard has no HP. Because, it's don't you know you always jump the wizard? Like, you do. The enemies get spell cast, and what do? You ignore everyone else, and you fucking body the nerd. You know? You absolutely fucking run them through. It's just the best way to survive. Always target the mage. Yep, literally. Always target the mage. And so actually we have a philosophy for saving throws as well. It's dexterity saves will hurt. Fortitude saves or constitution saves will kill you. And wisdom saves or will saves will wipe the party. That's the kind of order of operations that at least the group I'm in follow anyway. If you fail a dex save, it's gonna hurt HP wise, but it probably won't kill you for the most part. Fortitude saves, if you fail them, are normally going to fucking kill you. And, you know, wisdom saves are either you've been mind controlled or something, which is, or, you know, you've been stunned or hit with like confusion or something, which is party wipe material. And has happened in the past, actually. We got party wiped because the DM cast confusion on us in Pathfinder First Edition and didn't realise there's no repeat saving throw. If you fail it, you just need to suffer for the full duration. To the point where he actually had to homebrew the fact you get a resave. Because it was literally power word AFK. Which is another meme in the games that I'm in, where it's like if you get hit with a big spell that just like makes you skip a turn, or you lose several turns, or you get hit with like something that you realistically are never going to make the save on, we just say, so I've been hit with power word AFK. Because what am I going to do? Just, you know, I can't do anything. I'm skipping my turns because, oh, let me roll my save. Oh, I failed. I just need to wait out the duration, which is the entire fight. So yeah, I don't know. It's first edition Pathfinder has its quirks that way, where it's like I love it, but there are things I really, really, really fucking hate about it. And I'm like, why do you exist? How do you exist? You know. Oh, I've just used. I have drank all my water. I should have gotten more. Oh, here's something like it. I know I'm the fucking king of tangents, right? So for the gym, I have been taking creatine, this lovely little thing that pulls water into the muscles and kind of makes the muscles a bit firmer and also helps you with like your last lift or whatever, right? And like it does help, it makes your muscles a lot firmer and all of that, and it's entirely safe. But you know, you do put a bit of water weight on, right? Just because you know it's pulling water into the muscles. That's fine. That's to be expected. I have jeans that I can't go over my thighs anymore. Like jeans that fit me before I started taking it no longer can go over my fucking thighs. Um, which was infinitely funny when I went to try some of the ones I had in my wardrobe on. I was like, oh, brilliant! I can't get them on anymore because a lot of a lot of my muscle mass is in my thighs. Actually, I've got a lot of my shoulders and my arms as well. Checking Blue Sky while live, eh? I have it on my left. I just seen the notification, Nasu. I seen the notification. I just went, yeah, no, I like it. I can multitask. I know, I literally could. Like, I know for a fact I could crush a watermelon with these. Also, thigh strength squad rise up. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, my back is probably the strongest bit because I deadlifted 120 kilograms recently. And hang on, let me just 120 kg NLB in pounds. 120 kilograms in pounds is 264 pounds. So I deadlifted that recently, which was fucking heavy. I was struggling to hold on to it, to try to pick it up. Like, if anything, I was struggling more to keep it on my hand, in my hands, than I was actually getting it off the ground. Thank you for the American translation. Also good. Listen, I like the gym. I like lifting heavy shit, right? You know, the muscles on the model aren't for fucking show. You know, it's not like me going, here's my ideal. The beard is much longer than I'll ever be able to grow. Well, I can grow a good beard. Fuck growing something to the, you know, the VTuber dwarf length, but the arms, I'm no far off. I just need a little bit more definition and I'm basically there. It's great. But no, I do have a lot of muscle mass in like the legs and my back. So pretty good. The VTuber arms may be small. I'll get there eventually, to be fair. Like, I like lifting heavy weights. I like lifting heavy shit. See if one day, right, Mark, this is something I would actually be down to do. One day I would love if I could set up something. This would require get my own fucking gym. If I could somehow combine like 3D VTubing and just lifting weights in that home gym, I would do it. Like, I would be all for it. I think that'd be very fucking cool, except we don't have the space, I don't have the equipment, and, you know, stuff like that. But I'd be quite happy doing that. Motivation to lift more weights, motivate people to lift as well, and how to lift properly and safely. Because the amount of people I see, like, just not lifting safely at the gym, holy shit. Like, a lot of like, younger guys and that is just like, just lifting so unsafe. Also, I want to put something in perspective for you, Snippy, right? I'm 5'6" and like 154 pounds. A computer screens with dumbbells in front of me. No, I'd be like, you could do it with 3D props though. You could do it with like 3D props and shit. And just like, okay, right, I've set this up. And then you just like, you can change the prop to fit the amount of weight you've got on the bar. It's doable with some amount of jank. And a lot of like preparation, but it's doable. But as I was saying, look, put in this, the context snippet, I'm not like a huge human. I'm 5'6" and 154 pounds. Am I 154 pounds? Hang on. What is that in pounds? Because we do stone. 154, well, maybe slightly because of the water weight now. What? Call it 160 pounds, maybe? 158 pounds. Like, I'm not large. I'm not a fucking massive human by any means. Which, you know, I do get some amount of funny looks when I'm lifting at the gym, where I'm lifting a lot heavier than I should be for my size of being. Like, I remember when I deadlifted like 100 for the first time, about 6 people were staring at me, like watching me lift. Like, I see it in the mirror and that, and then, I see like a few people give that wee like nod where it's like, no, fucking well, and like, fucking good man. One of those ones where I am quite keen on lifting more, so it's why if you chose a built dwarf, yeah, dwarfs are my favourite fantasy race. Like, they are my favourite fantasy race. and I just had to like the gym. So yeah. Also, I don't know, just doing the gym, it helps, like, because I do IT as a job, the fact I lift, it keeps me healthy. Instead of being glued behind a computer, left to rot. But no, I think that's something I would be down to do one day if I could, if I get, well, the amount of equipment you need for a home gym to do that, and then all the equipment to even set it up. Fucking mental. But I would love to do that one day. I think that'd be quite cool. Maybe get people into lifting. And also maybe unironically disprove the thing that a lot of VTubers are unhealthy, like fucking cave goblins. That'd be great. Just get something to where it's like, people would. A lot of the VTubers I know, right? They're very fit, they're rather healthy, and they're very good looking. It's like a lot of people think, oh, they're VTubers, they're hiding their face because they look like ugly as sin. And it's like, no, a lot of the ones I know, I'm like, wow, you're good looking. Just saying. So I would love to do that one day. But I don't have the setup. I don't have the kit. Oh yeah, Chief's last stream was him reading my Immortal. Reading my Immortal? What? Huh? My Immortal? What the fuck's my my Immortal? Okay, that's a song. What is it? Fucking Harry Potter? Don't tell me it's a Harry Potter thing. Not not the lyrics to the Evanston song. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I seen the song, and then also on the search, I seen the fucking fanfic. I'm like, don't tell me he was reading a fanfic. Why? Who? What bet did he fucking lose to read that? Like, what besought him to write that or like read that, not write it? It was a redeem. It was streamed from a chaos stream for 840 quid. Ah, fair play then. I wouldn't fucking read that though. If I didn't think I'd get bobbed for it, I wouldn't mind. Like, I could try. Well, I was gonna say I could attempt to like live read like Lovecraft, but then I remember it's Lovecraft, and I need to be very you need to be very careful with the wording in Lovecraft because I've told this story before, but when I was recording my audiobook for or audiobook like, cover for The Rats in the Walls, the amount of times I had to reword stuff in The Rats in the Walls was not a small amount because Lovecraft and his infinite fucking wisdom decided to name drop his cat in that story 19 times. Now, if you don't know what Lovecraft's cat was called, I can't tell you. You'll need to Google that. But it will break TOS of Twitch if I said it. So yeah, he can only do 12. Yeah, fuck that. 40 fang, it's 44 fucking chapters long. Nah, you're alright, pal. Right, I'll read the opening to The Rats on the Walls by H.P. Lovecraft. I can just move the chat over. I can't minimize and move shit. What the fuck is that cat name? Yep. Yep. That is what the cat is called. Now he name dropped before this is like 1911 or like 1924, 1920s. That's old. It's over 100 years old at this point, right? But yeah, that's what the cat was called, and he name dropped that in there 19 times in that one fucking story. So if you go back and listen to it, albeit the audio's not as happy as I would like it to be, or as good as I'd like it to be, every time I say my cat is me replacing him name dropping the cat 19 times. I had an old audio clip of me just getting very annoyed with Lovecraft because I'd be on a roll and then he would just name drop the cat and I'd be like, fuck you, you prick. Because the way it was written, it's so archaic even for the 1920s that the word structure is just a bollock till I read. Like the opening to Call of Cthulhu, I will give a quick read. Let's get. Let me just hang on. Let me just get something real quick. Call of Cthulhu music. Ambience is probably the word I want. Just while I read this little excerpt to you. That'll do. If such great powers are beings, there may be, conceivably, a survival of a hugely remote period when consciousness was manifested, perhaps, in shapes and forms long since withdrawn before the tide of advancing humanity. Forms of which poetry and legend alone have caught a flying memory and called them gods, monsters, mythical beings of all sorts and kinds. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the mists of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have hitherto harmed us little. But some day the piecing together of disassociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality, and of our frightful place therein, that we shall either go mad from the revelation, or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age. So that's like the opening to Call of Cthulhu, right? That's the easy stuff, but there are some stuff later on where you're sitting there getting annoyed. His cat was renamed. Yeah, the stuff that I was reading it from was the original print. Like what I was reading it from was the original print, so it had all the words. Of course, I didn't quote them directly. It's just what I had to read at the time. I couldn't find the re-released. So I read the old stuff and just changed the words as required because of the language used. So, pretty funny though. The amount of times I had to do it and rechange the words. I ended up having to reword half the fucking story. Just because how they phrase how some people cried, laughed, and howled in such a way that was dehumanizing at times. And not in a horror degree, if that makes any sense. Not in like there's some fucking creature that's making these ungodly sounds. No, these were people he was referencing there, and I'm like, my guy, I can't I can't be doing that. I can't be saying that. I get it's the original text, but fuck off. Hmm. Oh, apparently as well, actually, there's actually Twitch has actually made a feature that's quite good. Quotation marks, good. It's like an update. And it's shared. Let's see with the shared chats, right? If you've been joining me and a lot of the collab streams I do with other content creators, you will see that I do enable the shared chat a lot, right? Um, Apparently Twitch are actually going to start to now combine the viewer counts as well for like shared viewer count. If you use the shared chat option, which will help boost their discoverability so people can pool their resources together, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you pull your viewership and it increases discoverability, which I think is great. Means the smaller guys can help at the bigger ones. Or, no, the bigger ones can help the smaller ones, or smaller guys can band together and get seen in the sea of people. So I like that. We like this. We like everything that happens that makes, you know, you know, we love things that make the smaller guys bigger. Because I'm a wee guy myself. Hmm. 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 Sorry, I was stuck thinking. What happens? I start thinking and then my brain goes walkies. Um, I think I will wind down for tonight. I have been up since 6 a.m. and I got about 4 hours of sleep. An hour and 46 minutes of just chatting. That's pretty fucking good. Sorry, a system error occurred. Literally, my brain is just the fucking Windows crash sound. Hang on. That reminds me. Windows crash sound remix. It's literally this. This is what goes on in my head constantly. It's what happens when I think too hard. It's just this. It's no right being this good, by the way. Yeah, pretty much that. To be fair, it's allowed. It's late. It's the middle of the night. Saturdays I'm more lively, and I can talk for longer. Anyhow, I will wind down for tonight. Thank you everyone that has joined me tonight. I actually really appreciate people showing up for just chatting because I love doing it the most. It's the thing that makes me anxious the most because I'm worried people won't fucking turn up and I'll be talking to myself. It was a pleasure having everyone. It was, it warms my heart that people actually spend their valuable time watching my rambling arse on the internet. Anyways, I will catch you all tomorrow. We will be doing, I believe it'll be Remnant 2.